on a Uzi. Why did I say that when I clicked this, but I didn't say it when I clicked it, and then when it started, I said it. Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not. Give me a minute. Give me a second. Hello there, I'm Scotty. I'm losing my mind. I'm Scotty. You're not. And welcome back to Marvel Monday. Well, this week we are talking about Punisher Warzone. Now, I was always a fan of the Thomas Jane Punisher. My grandma had the movie. I watched it. Liked it. I think it was around the time I was moving out here. I saw the trailer for this one, and I was just like, they didn't get the guy to come back. It's a different guy. And they're like, and it just didn't enthrall me. You know what I mean? Like I never, until I was trying to get a bunch of comic book movies last year or the year before, whatever it was. To kind of try to be a completionist. I had never thought of grabbing this, and even then, I still hadn't done it. And then when I was looking up stuff to do, I'm like, oh yeah, Punisher Warzone, I have that somewhere. So here it is. And you know what? I wish I would have seen this sooner, because it's not that bad. There's some pretty good actors in it. Ray Stevenson, rest in peace, is the Punisher. Frank Castle in this version. Dominic West is the villain Jigsaw. I want to play a game. Not that Jigsaw. You have Wayne Knight, who I've always liked, from Seinfeld, Hello, Newman. Hello, Jerry. Yeah. And you have Julie Benz, who I know from George of the Jungle 2, but also Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, and was she in? She wasn't in a Scary Movie, was she? No. I'm thinking of Shannon Elizabeth for some reason. I don't know. Was she in? She was in some parody movie. Oh! It was Shriek, if you know what I did last Friday the 13th. That's what it was. She was the Sarah Michelle Gellar character in that one. Yeah, I knew she was in a parody one. I have not reviewed that one. There's parody movies that I haven't done yet. Epic movie and date movie, and it's because I don't wanna. Movies are dry skin or something. It's itchy. Yeah. So, where's that? Right. So, the Colin Salmon is in this. He's from Resident Evil. I know him from Arrow. I almost said Angel again. Doug Hutchinson. You may have seen in a lot of things. Notably, like I believe he was on an episode of X-Files. I can't remember things today. But I know him as Horace Goodspeed from Lost. He plays Looney Bin Jim. Yeah. So I remember seeing the trailer for this when I was in the theater watching something. And I saw the trailer for this, and I was just like, what is this? And then they showed the villain, and I'm like, John Travolta was John Travolta, but he was downplayed very much in that movie. He was a monster type villain. He was very down to earth type, normal thing. This dude, it takes the Joker's origin story, and then just goes with it. Excuse me. Yeah. So the story is that Punisher shows up at this dinner and kills a bunch of mobster people, including someone who was an undercover cop, and brutally disfigures Billy, one of the mobsters, who becomes Jigsaw and seeks out revenge and goes after the dead, uh, dead undercover cop's family. So now the Punisher has to make a choice on if he wants to quit after killing a man who had a family, or if he's going to keep going. Which is an interesting struggle, but it only I feel like this whole struggle is like maybe 20 minutes. Like, he says he's gonna quit. Right? He goes to visit Microchip, which is Wayne Knight's character, and he says he's gonna quit. Right? And then he has a conversation with him, and then he realizes he has to protect him. He maybe goes through this whole thing because he goes to talk to Julie Benz, and she's like, "No, fuck off," basically. Like, we don't want anything to do with you. And so now he goes to tell Microsoft, "I'm done." Microsoft's like, "No, you gotta protect him." And so he's like, "Okay," and then go. But I feel like it's like a 10 to 15, maybe not even 20, maybe 10 to 15 minute wallowing. I mean, from maybe when he finds out the truth, it's 20 minutes, but it's like, it's basically, "I quit, but you have to protect that family. They need you." Okay, and basically, the whole scene, though, is to set up that Microchip, or Micro, is taking care of his sick mother, so that later when she's killed by Jigsaw and his people, that it makes you go, "Oh no!" But she was basically like comatose, like the lady from The Grudge, where she's there but she's not there. She just want to sit there. She says she likes her cooking shows. He says, my mom would sit with this lady and watch cooking shows all day long. I bet you anything. My mom loves the cooking shows. She loves to watch cooking shows, Rachel Ray and all that shit. She loves the cooking shows. She's always trying new things. Rachel Ray told me this, and she's always trying a new way to cook stuff. It works, So, yeah, she cooking shows, and I learned from her. So technically, I also learned from cooking shows. I'm the only one of my siblings that actually wanted to learn. My sister didn't. My brother microwaves everything, but he puts things in the oven. He can cook stuff in the oven, like maybe, I don't know, like my brother is very much bag and box stuff you can microwave from a box. You can microwave or put in the oven. I don't think he's gonna go out of his way to cook anything. His wife might, but my sister sometimes will. And I remember, like, one time she wanted to make it. My mom makes a very good garlic chicken, although my stepdad doesn't really care for it, but we haven't had it in a while. So my sister wanted to make it, and she had to call my mom. "I don't know how to do it," because she never learned how to cook. But I'm always there watching. My son does now too. So how do we get into this tangent? The cooking shows. But anyway, yeah. So we start off this movie with a pretty good scene of Frickens coming in and barreling over these criminals and killing them, and finding out that one of them was an undercover cop. Now, then he starts to wallow in self-pity over what he did, because the guy had a family. He shows up at the funeral, he's hiding and stuff. The guy had a family. Yeah. So, before I go any further, let me go inside. This was originally supposed to be a sequel, with Thomas Jane coming back, and the director of the last one also coming back. There were so many things going on behind the scene that they both just left. Although Thomas Jane did return for the Dirty Laundry short, which I always thought was part of that. Like, it was a short that came out around that time, but I guess not. I even thought it was on the Blu-ray, but it's not, apparently. I thought it was on the one that I have, but I guess not. Because I said that to someone in my Marvel group. They're like, "Are you sure the one I have doesn't have it?" So I looked at mine, like, "Oh, never mind. I thought I saw it on there, but I'm sure you can find the short on YouTube." But that's all that he ever did. Although, if he showed up in Deadpool Wolverine, don't say a fucking thing. No spoilers here for Deadpool and Wolverine. Alright? No. I'm just saying. I've already been spoiled by someone who thought it was smart to put the initials of people who were in there, and I was like, Okay, that means this name, and that means this name. Hey, thanks for spoiling it. Thinking they were smart by putting the. I'm also smart, and I can figure out initials. I'm not gonna spoil it here, but I'm already gonna spoil on that. Is it dry? Oh, it's dry skin, man. Jesus Christ. I need lotion or something. Not like that, you sickos. Anyway, because it's dry. You see, man? It's dry skin. It gets itchy. You're wondering why I keep saying that? I'm reassuring myself. I am a hypochondriac. So, whenever I get an itch or something, I think it's something else. And so I have to reassure myself it's just, So I'm a hypochondriac. My mind immediately goes to another place. So I reassure myself. So if I'm in a video and I start doing this and I look down and say it's dry skin, it's I'm reassuring myself because if I let my mind wander in my it just goes out of control. Anyway, so it was supposed to be a sequel, and it didn't happen, and it became a reboot. But there are still some things left. For instance, they say it's been 5 years. True, the first one came out in 2004, right? So that only been 3 years. Or was it 2003? When did the first Punisher come out? Well, so he said he's been doing this thing for 5 years. It has a similar backstory, but if they didn't flash back to how they already have the cops mentioning what happened. His family died in a park or something, and it wasn't a family gathering like in the first one. His family were in a park, and they were killed by a monster's people. So now he's waging war. And then they show in flashback. I'm like, well, that wasn't what happened in the first one. And then they show the flashback of his family in the park when he finds out that the cop had a family. So it is a bit different. I like Ray Stevenson. I thought he's pretty good in this. Thomas Jane is still my Punisher, though. All the way. But he's still pretty good. Yes, this is not as dark and brooding as the last one, but I wouldn't say it's as campy as some of the MCU stuff, or even some of the stuff that was out then. Like, I know that in the 2000s you had to be dark and brooding. It isn't until Iron Man came along, right? So this is like in the middle of that. It wasn't as campy as that, but then you got him mowing down people with bullets, and then you got the bad guys doing parkour. So, yeah. During this, though, is where Billy, who has a different last name here than he does in the comics, is scarred because he falls on this machine with glass, which he gets they do the whole Joker origin thing where they got his thing wrapped around. He says, "Let me see it, Mary. Let me see it." And yeah. Oh, and this dude has the biggest case of British dude trying to sound like he's from Brooklyn I've ever heard. Christian Bale holds nothing on this guy. I mean, Christian Bale's hoity-toity is nothing compared to, hey, come on, we gotta do this. So how you doing? Hey, come on. Hey, yo, hey. I gotta give my brother. It's not, the Looney Bin Jim is not LBJ. It's James. He's heavy into this Brooklyn accent that he's doing. It's like, wow. That doesn't stop him from slipping into his British accent either, sometimes. It's the R's that gets him. You know. But yeah, and Looney Bin Jim wants his pudding or something, whatever it was, his jello. I don't know. So they get out and they immediately go after the family. Of course they do. And then they also kidnap Microchip and kill Carlos because it has to be one-on-one exchange. I didn't particularly care for this ending, if I'm being honest. So, okay, so one of the big complaints I hear is that Punisher is indestructible. It's called a bulletproof vest. Hello? Because, yeah, he shoots him a couple times. And he's like, we got one bullet left. This is what you're going to do. He gets come back to him. I'm like, what? Okay, you got a choice. You can shoot her, the kid, or you can shoot him, your buddy, Microchip. So he's a choice. And Microchip's like, Frank, come on. It's a kid. Come on. Shoot me. Come on, you can do it. Come on. But he doesn't. Instead, he shoots Looney Bin Jim, which then prompts Jigsaw to shoot Microchip. In what world did you not think that was going to happen? The only thing I can think of is, well, Micro is dead anyway, so might as well get a bonus body. It's the only reason I can think that he would do that, because obviously if you kill Looney Bin Jim, guy's brother, my brother, then he's gonna kill Micro. So yeah, that's what happens. By the way, the two cops in this, Soap and whoever Colin Salmon is playing, they do jack shit. Like, they could help. This could diffuse the situation. They come in, they shoot Looney Bin Jim. Maybe they shoot Jigsaw a couple times, but he's not down, and then everyone runs away while we then have the Punisher facing down Jigsaw. Boom. But no, they don't show up till the end. They're basically going, "Good job, Frank. You did a good job, Frank." And yeah. And by the way, I finally found it. What are you talking about? Well, a lot of reviewers on the internet will use the clip of, especially if Colin Salmon's in the movie, of him going, "Bullshit." And I was wondering, what is that from? Because the other movies I've seen him in, which is AVP and Resident Evil, he doesn't do that. So what is that from? When they showed it here, I went, "That's where it's from. It's bullshit." Yes, I still prefer Arnold. It's bullshit, all of it. I prefer that one. It's bullshit, all of it. Put that cookie down now. By the way, this is coming out afterwards. Happy birthday, Arnold. 77. Way to go. Like, you did it. Yeah. Like it's a milestone to hit 77. But yeah, this is not coming out till August, so this is moot. The end of August at that. But who cares? Actually, hold on. This is coming out end of August, beginning of... Nah, it's the end of August. That's the August one I got? No, it's still July. Where the hell? Let me pull it out of my ass. Of course it's not here. Why would it be here? It's only the most appropriate place for it to be. This is it. Oh yeah, let's look. Let's take a look. It's in the book, Reading Rainbow. Nah, this would actually be September. This is coming out the first Monday of September, which would be the 3rd. The 3rd of September. September 3rd. So, the action in this, good. Probably not. I think if I could finish the damn sentence, I think maybe the first one, or the 2004 one, was bloodier. But there's some good action shots. Because that one was trying to be a little more bloody. Like his fight with the Russian and everything. It doesn't really have any one-on-one fights except for maybe Jigsaw. Jigsaw is a villain. Dominic West does a good job. But like I said, my brother, it's the most over-the-top Brooklyn accent I've ever heard since Newsies. Real hoity-toity type. Little town called Santa Fe. It's almost turning into what are you talking about? Danny DeVito. Charlie. But yeah. That, according to Wikipedia, Julie Benz forgives him. But she never says that. She just basically says, that her husband used to talk about him a lot. Said he was one of the good guys. And I'm like, okay, this is where she forgives him, right? Then she just walks away, and I'm like, the little girl waves to him, and he just walks away. And I did have a thought. I'm like, maybe this would mean more if it was Thomas Jane. They could change a few little things in this, bring back Thomas Jane, and it could just be a sequel. It could. Make it 4 years instead of 5. Or it could be 5 years and this takes place 2009. Who knows? Well, we end with a joke. We end with a joke. We end with a joke. Because, Soap is talking to him, and they do the thing where it's really close up and he's talking to him, then it pans out and he's gone. He's like, Frank. Then the guy gets mugged by some guy. Frank, he's like, okay, give me a wallet, motherfucker. And he's like, Frank, he's like, you don't want to do this. I really do. Come on. He's like, Frank. And then Frank shows up. And then it cuts to black. You hear the gunshot and you hear Soap go, great, I got brain matter all over my suit. Over my suit. And I'm just like, you're a cop. Pull out your gun! I mean, it's supposed to be funny, but in the real world, you're like, oh, give me a wallet. Really? NYPD, you're under arrest. Oh, shit. I mean, come on. Give me a break. He's a cop. Pull out your gun and your badge. Get my wallet. Here. FBI, or, NYPD, FBI, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna give it a pretty good. I enjoyed it. I thought this was actually pretty good. Better than I thought it was gonna be, So, the next time we look at a Marvel movie, it will be in 2 weeks, and we're gonna start a 3-part series on 90s Marvel movies. Oh, we're going there. We're going there. Okay? Yeah, we're going there. But in the meantime, what are your thoughts on Punisher Warzone? If you comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.